Good afternoon, students. I am Munshi Rashidul Islam, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering, JIS College of Engineering. Now, today, today actually the second class of acceleration analysis, and actual class is class number lecture number 12. And today we have discussed, last day we have discussed different types of acceleration method and acceleration analysis. How can it can be accelerated by the different angle, which is actually controlled by the different motion, and different PR can also be involved there. Now today we have discussed the different general approach of acceleration analysis. Different general approach of acceleration analysis. We know that if I put or if I change the velocity from after t seconds from starting point to end point, and the difference between after t seconds, that should be suppose del p minus del p, and with respect to some time, that means p minus del p by t, that is actually the time variant, and that's why it is actually the del p, or the acceleration changed with respect to time. That means a means acceleration and p means p point and changed value, and that is in case of the general application with linear velocity. And again we consider the different method to analysis the acceleration, like angular approach and linear approach. Now general approach of acceleration analysis, and that is mainly basically a point which is a point of p and p dash. So that is actually acceleration of p is equal to acceleration of p plus acceleration of p seen from the observer, where the observer are taking place in front of the point of view, where the black point noted here. So moving with the rod, and the Coriolis acceleration of p. So that is actually the total p point. P is actually on the slider and p dash on the bar. So total acceleration of p is equal to acceleration of p dash plus acceleration of p, which is actually seen from observer in the rod, and the Coriolis acceleration of p dash. Now Coriolis acceleration, whenever a point is moving on a path and the path is rotating, there is an extra component of the acceleration due to coupling between the motion of the point on the path and the rotation of the path. So this component is called Coriolis acceleration. So Coriolis acceleration, which is actually covered on the path and the path. So both the moving path and the rotating path can also be considered in the Coriolis point. And Coriolis acceleration, that means similar figure if I consider in the earlier slide, that means AP slip means p point acceleration with slip, that is actually acceleration of p as seen by the observer moving with rod. So actual velocity with p point, that is slip, vp slip, and if I rotate, then the Coriolis point, that is actually AP in the lower point, and after t second AP t also be there, And now on the Coriolis point, AP Coriolis, and the normal tangent, that should be APN and AP slip. Now the Coriolis acceleration. Coriolis acceleration is equal to 2 omega v slip. That v is equal to actually velocity with slip. Now the Coriolis acceleration is normal to the radius OP and its point towards the left of the observer, which is actually moving to the slider. If rotation is counterclockwise and if the rotation is clockwise, it points to be right. So it is obviously clear that the clockwise rotation should be given some slider rotation and moving with the observer, and if the rotation is clockwise, on that cases it points to be rotate and it should be in the right of the observer. Now to find the acceleration of a point P, the moving on a rotating path, so consider a point P that is fixed on the path and coincides with the P at a particular instant. So find the acceleration of P, which is actually on the most probably middle of the point, and add the slip acceleration of P and the Coriolis acceleration of P. So AP is equal to that means acceleration with point P. AP is equal to acceleration of P plus acceleration of acceleration of P dash plus acceleration of P, which is actually seen from the observer moving with the rod, plus Coriolis observer Coriolis acceleration. So that's why the total acceleration we can write AP is equal to AP dash plus AP slip plus AP Coriolis. So total acceleration with respect to point P, that should be AP dash plus AP slip plus AP Coriolis. So that is actually the total Coriolis acceleration observation with respect to P point. Now application of slider crank mechanism. So that figure already draw in earlier slides. So unknown quantities marked in the blue. So here, sorry for interruption. So one points are also be noted that here 3 blue unknown quantities are there. So that is actually in the unknown quantities mark. So B2 on the link, actually 2 link, B2 on link 2, B2 on link 2, B3 on link 3, and these points are coincide with each other with the instant value and when the mechanism are shown in the figure. So when theta 2 is equal to 0, if I put the value theta 2 is equal to 0, so A should be A is equal to D minus B, and normal action to the crank angle, and that should be changed with respect to some time, that should be normal crank angle should be counted just like theta 3, omega 3 and alpha 3. General approach of kinematic analysis. So represent links with vector, use complex number, write loop equation. Now solve equation for position analysis, differentiate loop equation of the equation once and solve it with velocity analysis. That means, whatever the equations will come to the general approach, you first you have to solve the equation only position analysis, then differentiate the loop equation analysis and solve it with velocity analysis. Now the differentiate loop equation again and solve it with the acceleration analysis. So that are actually the general approach of kinematic analysis. Now the position analysis. Here A is equal to d cos sigma 2 minus root of b square minus d square sin square sigma 2. Now sigma 3 is equal to sin inverse A by B sigma 2 sin sigma 2. So make sure you consider the correct quadrant for theta 3. So that is actually the equations to calculate the actual position analysis, where it should be actual located. That means this figure where it is actually located. Now the velocity analysis. Same figure, same point, three unknown quantities. The blue point are the unknown quantities: v2 on crank, v3 on slider, and obviously one rocker arm also be used here. Now if I draw the velocity diagram, that means plotted on the diagram, v3 is actually rocker, v3 v2 actually denoted as crank, and v2 actually the crank with fast angle. So v3 is equal to v2 plus v3 v2. So that is actually the sides of a velocity analysis when we discuss the when we have to draw the acceleration analysis final equations. Now if I consider the acceleration analysis, one point you should be remembered that the omega 3 is equal to a omega 2 by b into 1 by cos omega 2 minus omega 3, and here a is equal to minus a omega 2 sin omega 3 minus omega 2 cos omega 3 minus omega 2. Here a is the relative velocity of v3, and that is actually with respect to v2. And now similar way we have to calculate the acceleration analysis. A is equal to b cos sigma 3 plus c sin b3 sigma 3 whole by the cos sigma 2 minus sigma 3. Now A is equal to c cos sigma 2 minus b sin sigma 2 whole by the minus b cos sigma 2 minus sigma 3, where b is equal to 2a omega 2 sigma 2 plus a alpha 2 sin sigma 2 plus a omega 2 square cos sigma 2 minus omega 3 square b cos sigma 3. And similarly c is equal to minus 2a omega 2 cos sigma 2 minus a alpha 2 cos sigma 2 plus a alpha square a omega square sigma sin sigma 2 minus omega 3 square b sin sigma 3. That is actually the relation between acceleration of v2 and v3. That means crank and slider. So crank also in the upper portion, and rocker arm also be used, and b point and b3 both are the coincides each other. So acceleration with respect to v3 is equal to acceleration v2 plus acceleration v3 Coriolis plus acceleration v3 slip, and the diagram that can draw in the right hand side where the Coriolis and the slip count also be counted in red color mark. Rolling acceleration, first we have to be assumed that the angular acceleration alpha is 0. So if I roll a body with the absolute absolute angular velocity, and so no slipping chance also be there. So that's why, so no slip conditions, that means Vp is equal to 0 and omega also be the absolute value. Find the actual acceleration of Cp, C and V, C and P. So all the points that already mentioned in the screen, V point, Vc my velocity at C point, and acceleration with C point, acceleration with P point, and every points that should be denoted in the screen, and you have just seen that it is actually calculated with respect to some graphical representation and with a systematic diagram that you follow in the one by one step. You can solve each and every point how to determine the acceleration with respect to time, with respect to point variant. That point may be in P point, may be in C point, or maybe in normal conditions. Summary of the result: and inverse curvature, so, and that point is not required for the present situation. That means the inverse curvature. Summary of result is not needed here. And the now
बुलावे तुझे यारे आज मेरी गलियां, बसाऊं तेरे संग मैं अलग दुनिया, ना आए कभी दोनों में जरा भी फासले, बस एक तू हो एक मैं हूं.
So thank you for watching this class.
बुलावे